Hi everyone, welcome to the channel, and as always, stop and acknowledge the good work that you are continuing to do for yourself. For those of you new here, my name is Lee, and I guide people like us in the transition from past harming patterns. So in today's episode, we are exploring mental burnout. It's common for those of us in recovery from past circumstances. It can be common for everyone, as we all try to keep ourselves on track with our intentions for a better life. And often these days of navigating both the new and the old challenges and the new and the old inspirations can lead to mental and physical exhaustion. And that fatigue can lead to feeling trapped or feeling hopeless, or it can lead into relapse, into old behaviors, and we need to be prepared for that. So I'm going to detail the warning signs and provide you with some strategies to either help prevent burnout or to help pull away if you feel like you're already at that level of exhaustion. So do subscribe to help build awareness of this free guidance. Get your notification bell ready for weekly reminders of similar topics, and hit the links in the description below that pair with this episode. And most importantly, share. Share in the comments, share with those who care about you, and really most importantly, share with yourself the things that you are discovering about yourself. And this is all helpful stuff, so be sure to get from it what you can and apply it to your life and to bring some ease. So the first thing you do when dealing with burnout is to acknowledge that burnout can lead to devastating, life-altering consequences. And that can be illness or relapse or accidents or loss of relationships or loss of income. So you need to take those symptoms of feeling like there's no purpose, that there's no way out, that there's not enough time or energy or concern, and get serious about the impacts. Don't brush it off with statements like, I will sleep later, or everyone needs me right now. You need to get real about what you are doing to yourself. When you go to bed each night, already dreading the morning, it's time to change. And it's time to do that now before something irreversible happens. So start taking the fatigue and the burnout seriously with an affirmation each morning. And here's one to get you started. I need to take steps for my health today with one action. And say it. And say it before the rituals of the day kick in. Plant the seed. This is the very tip of the iceberg, but it's a start, because the only way that you will get away from burnout is to acknowledge that it's very much alive and kicking and needs to be stopped before it stops you. The next thing you need to do is stop blaming others or outside circumstances. Yes, our lives are clearly a blend of all of these, but at the end of the day, and certainly for most of us, we are at the helm of ourselves. Whether you want to believe that or not, it's true. And if you don't believe it, then you need to fake it until you make it to get you out of that misery of burnout. And the big peril in blaming outside forces, in doing this, you have removed the power and the responsibility away from yourself to make change. Because when we blame others, we have surrendered the control that we have. And without control, there is no change. And in the case of mental burnout, if you surrender complete control over your situation, you will get taken down physically and emotionally, and within your spirit, you will feel that exhaustion. So although you may not know how to address your specific circumstances or your fatigue, or at least knowing where to begin, you at least need to affirm each day that you can shift aspects of your life. Another thing to keep in mind is that a little goes a long way. So what does that mean? That means easy does it when it comes to making changes. And yes, we all have demands and responsibilities, that's for certain. And making drastic changes can cause more stress or more harm than good. But trimming back on those things here and there can make a difference. So try to get 2 or 3 or 5 minutes to sit or stand with yourself each day, with your thoughts, or go to bed a few minutes early, or set the alarm a few minutes early in the morning. Seriously, take a few minutes with yourself in the bathroom, if that's what it takes, telling yourself to start making quality time for yourself. And this will send the message to yourself to start taking action daily. And I do know that with stress and anxiety and being alone with yourself can cause panic, and it can cause a bit more stress. So don't upset yourself and don't force yourself, but do take time for yourself, and perhaps learn to say no more often, or learn to stop and breathe 5 big lower belly breaths throughout the day. We need to start to be kind to ourselves and start to caregive for yourself throughout the day, every day. There is more than a good start here, and it's building a habit to create the patterns of ease within your life. And the habit of taking care of yourself will certainly keep you from burnout, definitely to some extent. So consistent and deliberate connection with yourself and taking action towards ease will trim back the effects of burnout. So this falls into the next step. You need a plan. If you have the awareness of the severity of burnout, and certainly the desire not to live with the turmoil and the exhaustion and the pain and the fatigue, you need a plan. And that means a schedule of self-care. Burnout is a physical and mental condition and needs to be treated as most other conditions. These situations are specific and they can have a specific approach. So being aware of nutrition and downtime and physical activity and a proper sleeping regime or a plan for leisure, something to look forward to. You know yourself and you need to take care of yourself, and you need to do some trial and error within a plan. And a tip here is to go easy on yourself and be easy and forgiving and realistic. There is no race to eliminate the burnout, and you don't want to find yourself in an unrealistic, crazy schedule that will last a few days. You want something enduring that can become a part of your life. Your self-care, think of it this way, is not a fad. It's a lifestyle. So bear that in mind. So a 10-minute yoga, not a power hour of this or that. And it's important to find what works for you and be good and wise with yourself in your approach to ward off burnout. And something that I need to add, and it's the opposite of taking it slow, but as a person who checked into rehab for 3 months, I need to share this with you and let you know that this may also be an approach to burnout depending on the main source of burnout. It can help in certain situations to completely remove yourself from the situation. And what does that mean? Only you know what that is. Maybe it's rehab. For some, it could be a leave of absence from work. For some, it could mean leaving a relationship, and not even a partnership, but living at home or with roommates. Sometimes it means moving back home with family. Sometimes you need to take breaks away, or at least extended time off. And only you know what you need. And if you do decide to step back to this extent, ask for help. Ask wherever you can, your personal circle, your community, you know what's available. So if you are stepping back and taking a break to that extent, do ask for help. This is your life, this is your head, this is your heart and your health. So be good and wise for yourself and ask for help. So having said all of that, we need to be very aware of our self-care, of our burnout, of an affirmation to make change, and of a plan that we can follow, that's realistic, that's doable, that certainly doesn't cause more stress, and that will get us away from burnout. So once again, subscribe, hit the notification bell, get the links in the description below, and also check out the link to Envision Your Recovery. It's an 8-week course to become more honest with yourself so that you can work towards the goals within your life. And in the meantime, take very good care of yourself, and see you in the next episode.